Hello, my dear students and viewers. Welcome back to my channel, Scorpio class. So here I am with another important video for all my dear viewers, especially for those who are going to attempt their board examination this year. So yes, we are here with the first language English board examination paper, which was the exam paper of year 2024, which is definitely going to give you an idea for and help you to prepare for the upcoming exam. Not only the question papers, but also I'll be sharing the model answers along with the questions. And this question paper has 100 marks maximum, and it was conducted in the month of March 2024. So this is how is going to be your board exam paper for the upcoming year. So this is going to surely help you. So let's get started. But before that, if you're new to my channel and watching my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notification of all the upcoming videos. So let's get started. Very first main you see here is of multiple choice questions. You have 6 mark questions, like 1 mark question, and you have 6 in all. Okay. So first question. We tried hard, dash. The appropriate question tag to be added is, there are 4 options. Did we, didn't we, don't we, or do we? And the right answer is didn't we. Okay, if the sentence is positive, you put always the negative question tag. Next, dash and dash. Dash Ganga is dash sacred river. Here you have to fill in with appropriate articles. Options are given: A, the, and and the. So option D, the and the Ganga is a sacred river. It is the right article which is to be put up over there. So option D is the right answer. Next, third question. Life is a dream. The figure of speech used here is simile, metaphor, personification, or alliteration. And the answer is metaphor. Why it's metaphor? Because it is indirect comparison, right? It is life is compared to dream, and there is no usage of like or as, so that makes it a metaphor. Okay. Next question. The word that takes un as negative prefix is, again, 4 options: logical, disciplined, polite, educated. So the answer is option D. Option D, educated, because you can use the prefix un, un before the word uneducated. That goes well with the option D. So that's the right answer. Next, give a noun form of the word confuse. Options are confusingly, confusion, confused, or confusing. So yes, the answer is option B, confusion. Sixth question, the plural of the word photo is photos, photos. Option C, photo or photos. You have spelling errors also, so you have to be very careful in selecting the right option. And here answer is option A, photos, Photos. Okay, so here we end with our first main, which was all grammar questions. Now we move to second main, and the question number in the papers continues. And second main has, observe the relationship in the first pair of words and complete the second pair accordingly in the following. It is a 4 mark main, means you have 1 question, 1 mark each. Uh, like you will have 4 questions of 1 mark each. Okay, and this main, like this type of question, is also known as analogy, where you need to look at the first pair of the words, and similarly with the relation you need to complete the second pair. For example, first one you can see here, eye disease is to oculist, is as nose disease is to dash. It's rhinologist. Like the doctor who treats eye diseases is known as oculist. In a similar way, the nose disease is treated by rhinologist. Okay. Similarly, next question, ransack means search. Chronicle is to dash, is to story. Okay. Then third question under this, mean is to meant, fight is to fought. Okay, past tense. So you need to check the relation of the first pair, and similarly second pair has to be completed by you. Next, hope is to hopeful, is as glory is to glorious. Okay, you have to write the adjective of it. Fine. So now we move to third main. it is rewrite as directed. Again, 3 questions of 1 mark each, and the question is given as directed. You need to change and make the answers. So first one is change the voice of the sentence. The Manson is building the wall. So this is an active voice. You need to change this sentence into passive. So the answer will be the wall is being built by the mason. So if you write this way, you get 1 mark. Okay. Next, frame a question to get the underlined word as answer. The milk turns sour by a thunderstorm. A thunderstorm is underlined. So you need to frame a question in such a way that a thunderstorm becomes an answer for it. So the answer will be, what turns the milk sour? Put a question mark. Do not forget to put a question mark here because you are making a question for it. Okay. Next, rewrite the following sentence using so that not. Students were too tired to sit in the class. This is the question statement. You need to use so that not. Answer is, the students were so tired that they could not sit in the class. Okay, so here we finish our rewrite as directed main. Now we move to fourth main. Answer the following questions in a sentence each. So again, here you have 1 mark question and you will have in total 4 in this main. So again, if you have any doubts anywhere, you can pause the video and check it. And yes, one more thing here, objective answers were shared in detail, but the long answers will have the keywords being mentioned. Okay. So yes, continuing with the 1 mark questions. According to the narrator, which is the best month to visit Missouri? Answer is October. Next, where did both the teams spend the evening after the cricket match? Answer, the Three Horse Shoes. Next question, why was Perry pinched the previous month? Answer, for begging. Next, what did Drona seek from Bhutto as recompense? Answer, Bhutto's right hand thumb. Okay, so these were 1 mark questions. Now we move to fifth main, that is answer the following questions in 2 to 3 sentences each. You have to write 2 to 3 sentences for each. You have 2 marks for each answer. So question 1 under this main. In the poem Sonnet 73, which are the 4 stages of man's life that the poet is speaking about? Where does the poet imagine himself? Okay, so the 4 stages given are childhood, youth, old age, and death. And the poet imagines himself at the old age. So these are just the keywords. Because it's for 2 mark, you need to elaborate a bit, write in a subjective type of answer, like make it in a complete sentence and then write. Okay, these are just a keyword. So moving to next one. Question 19th. Why does Drona bless that men will link Bhutto's name to self-help, truth, and modesty? Again, the keywords are given. Self-help because learned archery himself. Truth because he acknowledged that he had been inspired by Drona as he received inspiration from him. And because modesty, that's trusted or believed that his master would not set a task too hard for him. He kept his promise. So these are the keywords and a little bit of statement. If you add, it will make you give you a complete answer. I hope you're getting an idea of how and what sorts of questions you might get and how you have to write it, right? Okay, moving to next question. How do you know that the female crane was desperate to bring the male bird back to life? Answer, with her beak, she kissed a few feathers, picked the ones that wind had not taken away, and sat to hatch the blood-stained feathers into a toddling chick. Okay, so when you read the entire poem, you get to know how the female crane wanted to get back the male bird back to life. And yes, my dear students, if you want the explanation of each of the chapters and the question answers and the notes, the playlist is already made in my channel, and all the videos of class 10 first language English notes and explanation is uploaded. I'll also be sharing the link in the I button above so that you can click and watch the lessons, videos, and question answers too. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. According to Cherian Alexander, how can life be made meaningful and sustainable? Again, answers, keywords are given here. You can pause the video and look at it. That one should turn to the commodities of spirit, the arts, culture, community life. The second point given here is it's ultimately spiritual and philosophical decisions for both individuals and communities to make. Okay. Next, why was Ben left marooned on the island? So again, keywords. He had been on Captain Flint's ship when the treasure was buried, had taken 6 men ashore with him to hide the booty and murdered them all so its location remained a secret. And he had returned on another ship to look for the treasure 3 years back. When they could not find it, his shipmates left him marooned on the island. So these are the words, keywords. Next question. Explain briefly to show that Cyclopes were not civilized in the art of cultivation. Again, points are given. Cyclopes were giant shepherds that neither sow nor plow. The earth until it produced from them rich wheat, barley, and grapes, yet they had neither bread nor wine. Okay. Next question. Why did the narrator remark that the girl had an interesting face? Answer. The narrator had become quite daring. It was a safe remark. Few girls can resist flattery. Next, here we end up with the question answers. Now we come again with the sixth main, that is rewrite as directed. Now here you have 2 mark questions, like you will have 3 questions of 2 mark each. So let's see what type of questions are here. So first one is change the following sentence to the other 2 degrees of comparison. So yes, it's a grammar question, but the sentence and the statement could be from your chapters. Okay, Samudragupta was one of the greatest Indian kings. So this is in superlative degree. You need to convert it into other 2 degrees of comparison. So it is positive and comparative what you have to change. So in positive, you will write it as very few Indian kings were as great as Samudragupta. Comparative, you write as Samudragupta was greater than most other Indian kings. Okay. Okay, you can also write Samudragupta was greater than any other Indian kings. Okay, so this is how you will change it into both the degrees of comparison. Next question, change the following sentence into simple and complex. So the statement here is, I saw a girl and she was very beautiful. So this is in compound sentence. You need to make it into simple and complex. So in simple, you will write it as, I saw a beautiful girl. In complex, you will write it as, I saw a girl who was very beautiful. Okay, this is how you convert it into simple and complex. Next, change the following sentence to reported speech. The prince said, it gives me great pleasure to be here this evening. So if you write it into reported speech, you remove the inverted commas, the punctuation, and you write in this way. The prince said that it gave him great pleasure to be there that evening. Okay, the tense is changed. Gives become gave. To be here becomes there. This evening becomes that evening. Okay, these are the necessary changes to be made while you convert it into reported speech. Okay, coming to next main, you have answered the following questions into 5 to 6 sentences each. So you have 6 questions containing 3 marks each. So let's see one by one quickly. Here I'm just going to read the question and the keywords will be there on your screen. You can just pause it and look at the answers. So first question is, summarize Basavanna's opinion and message in the poem Vachana. Okay, so the points, the keywords are given here. We can make a note of it. Next, how did the speaker and his neighbor mend the wall? So the points are given here. They keep the wall between them as they go and all the other points. Please pause it and you can have a look of it. Okay, next question. Explain how Lord Krishna recounts the acts of Karna and the Kauravas which violated fair play and chivalry. So here you can write any 3 points because it's for 3 mark. If you are having more than 3 to 4 points, you can just select any 3 which you know very firmly and you can write that. Okay, so answer is here for 30th question. Next, moving to next question. The narrator was haunted by a mysterious presence within him after the stolen boat experience. Justify. Okay, again, the points are given here. You can write any 3 to 4 points. That will be sufficient for this answer. Next question. How did the young people and students respond to Hamburg student in March 1957. Okay, so okay, the points are given. Next, Louis Pasteur had a very busy and interesting life. Explain. Here you can see an option for 33rd question. Either you can attempt this one, or what was the attitude of men and women before the entry of the wrong man in workers' paradise? So whichever you know the best, you are perfectly remembering, you can attempt that one out of this two under 33rd question. Okay, so the answer for the first one is here. And the second one for wrong man is work in workers paradises here. Okay, can just pause the video and have a look at the points, and you can write it in your own sentence as well. Just keywords to be mentioned. Next main, coming to next one, we have reference to context. Again, you have 5 questions of 3 mark each. First one, what do you want of me? So you need to mention the lesson's name, the author's name, and the context when it was said. So the lesson is A Wrong Man in Workers' Paradise. Author is Rabindranath Tagore. And the points, like what do you want of me? Who said this to whom should be written. So the point is given here. The points are given here. You can have a look. Similarly, next question. Please God, make him think I'm still pretty. The lesson name is The Gift of Magi, written by O. Henry. And then who said and when was it said to whom is written in the points over here. Kindly pause it and have a view of it. Next, thief, dog, cut purse, reptile, rapsicillion, slubberdulgin. What have you done with my pie? Okay, the lesson's name is The Pie and the Tart. Author is Hugh Chesterman. Okay, who said to whom and when? It is again given in points over here. Okay, can have a look of it. Next, she is one. We are gone over bank, bush, and score. Poem is Lochinvar. Poet's name is Sir Walter Scott. Then who said this to whom at what situation, in what context is given in the poems. Next, my mother's life made me a man. The poem is CLM. Name of the poet is John Masefield. And then who said in what context was it said is given here. Okay, so with this, we end with this reference to context main. Next, we have 9th main. It is quote from memory. You need to memorize the poems which are mentioned earlier in your syllabus. And here you have one stanza from one poem, and the second is one more stanza from a different poem, or is given so you can attempt any one which you remember nicely. So the first one, the whole quote, the stanza is given down as an answer. You can just have a look at it. Okay, so these are some of the important questions which could be repeated in the next upcoming examination also. So listen to it, be attentive and mark the points and the poems. Try to attempt in the way it is shown here. Next, we have 10th main. Answer the following questions in 7 to 8 sentences each. So again, here you have 3 questions of 4 mark each. So it has to be at least you need to write 4 to 6 points. And if it's very small points, then you need to write 8 points. Okay, half mark each. So the question is, list the values which the poet father wants the teacher to teach his son. So it's given as any 8 because here the points are very small. Here you can see you have to write 8 points in order to get 4 marks because 1 point may give you only half mark or 0.5 mark. So you can pause again the video here and you can go through the points so that you can remember it. Similarly, second, here in next question, you have option in the question as well. Like you have 2 questions, whichever you know, you can attempt it. Water is the basis of all life, substantiate. Or how did pastures show that air is full of dust particles? Again, I'll scroll the key points. You can pause the video and have a look of it. Okay, so first one is about the C.V. Raman, about the water. And the second is about Louis Pasteur. Okay, the keywords, the points are given. Okay, coming to next question. Again, you have two questions here. You have an option. Gandhiji says that it is not enough for a moral act to be done with a good intention, but it should have been done without compulsion. Explain with examples. Then you have optional question here. The approach of the sexton, the postman, the blacksmith, and the baker of the game is typical of the profession. Explain. Okay, so the first one about Gandhiji's answer is here. The points. Okay, pause the video and again you can have a view of it. And the second question about the different professionals. Okay, fine. So this is your long answer. Okay, now next main is 11th main. Let's read the following passage carefully and answer the questions given below. It's also known as comprehension. Again, you have four mark comprehension. It is okay. So you need to read this passage thoroughly and then answer the questions which are given below. So you can pause and read the paragraph, the comprehension given here, so that you get an idea what sorts of paragraph or comprehension passages are given in the examination and what type of questions are asked from that. So these are the lines, or you can say the comprehension. Below are the questions. Question A: what is the false belief and truth about science, and how has the world become very small? So these are two questions which you need to write the answer from the comprehension given above. It's a 2 mark question each. So the answers are given here. Again, it is from the comprehension which you have just read now and you have seen in the screen. Okay, so now we're coming to the next one. We have an essay writing. You need to write an essay about 18 to 20 sentences on any one of the following topics. So this essay is of 5 mark. You have two questions: noise pollution, a growing concern, or internet advantages and disadvantages. So out of this two, any one you can attempt it. So what is important here is the matter, the sequence, and the language. Like the content, what they have asked about, it should be relevant. The sequence, the order should be proper, and the language you use without error, the sentence structure should be properly done. Okay, so this is your essay writing. And the next main is the letter writing. Imagine you are Abhin or Aditi of Government High School, Kolar. You write a letter to your father seeking permission to go on a trip arranged by the school and informing him of the expenditure involved. So this is, of course, your informal letter because you're writing to your father, right? You should know the format properly, and then you write. If not this, you have an option. Imagine you are Ramon or Rishona of Government High School, Mandya. Write a letter to the editor of a newspaper advocating the establishment of a free library in your town. Okay, so you're writing a letter to an editor of newspaper advocating the establishment of a free library in your town. You want to have a free library in your town, so you are requesting an editor of a newspaper to publish this article so that the concerned authorities take this step and establish a good library, free library in your town. So again, this is a formal letter because you're writing to an editor. So both has a separate, a slightly different format. So please be thorough with the format of both the letters, and whichever you know the best, you can write that. Again, format, matter, and language is what is important. Even the marking scheme is given. Format, you will get 2 mark. Matter, the content you write will be 2 mark. And without any error, the sentence structure and the formation of the sentence gives you 5 marks. In all, letter writing is for 5 mark. So here we come to an end with the question paper and with the answers of almost all the questions. I hope this was helpful and informative for you all. It will help you to prepare for your upcoming board examination. Most of the questions are also repeated at times, and the paper pattern is also in front of you. Hope this helps you in preparing for your upcoming examination. If you like the video and you found it informative, do hit the like button and share it with your friends. And for more such videos, stay tuned and take care. Bye.